Alright, I couldn't find anything. So, I'm assuming someone's lying here. There has to be someone that's lying here. So, the person who's a liar is going to be the one and only troll of them all. Because only you would lie. Wait, what? That's insulting. My hat is clearly superior. In a way, you two aren't that different, but that isn't the point. This is the best I could do to refer to my decisive evidence. Nice. I'm the decisive evidence? Didn't expect you to trust me that much. Mr. Wright, you already told us your reasons for your 35-minute long absence. Oh, that was because she had to call the police, right? That's his claim, yes. Well... Uh-oh. Unfortunately for him, that was a complete lie. And how exactly did I come into play here? Mr. Hazama, you received a call from the crime scene a while ago, did you not? Oh, that was where Phoenix was! According to Phoenix Wright, that should have been possible. Oh yeah! Ooh. You're not going to bluff your way through like that. Just because I claim it's an area in which I couldn't even receive a signal does not contradict the call. Not all phones have the same range. Well, you know what? I hate to remind you of everything little thing you did last night, but I guess I have to. Why did you run away immediately? You didn't even try to call them right there. That's because at the time, you didn't even consider what you had to do to stay away for that long, since you couldn't have known that was an unconscious Mr. Edgeworth would be hindering your plan. And well, apparently that was the best excuse you could come up with when you returned. I'm stuttering. Boy, it'd have been pretty suspicious no matter what he replied. Nonsense! I knew I wouldn't get a signal there, that's why I didn't bother trying right there. Thanks for walking right into that one. Huh? I have no clue what you mean. Alright then. You were saying that you knew your cell phone wouldn't have worked there. Comparing to my perfectly working call earlier, yes, sort of have to do it now. Who started you on anyway? Always the one that's currently trolling, of course. I'm not sure whether to be annoyed or amazed. That sounded like something the judge would say. In any case, I have him now. Lies that have already been made can't be erased afterwards. So you're saying you knew your cell phone, but wouldn't have worked beforehand? But how? I knew the place. I happen to have been there once before. Oh, you happen to have been there once with the same cell phone? Yes, I felt like doing some prayers. Is that forbidden? The mistakes you make are so severe and you don't even realize. Why so nervous? Mistakes? You're bluffing again. You know this only being 10 minutes away from town is in church. Makes it pretty unlikely for this to actually be an out-of-service area. It's not in the mountains or anything. But you're saying that your phone and your only phone does not work there? Too bad that you had to make that lie. I burped to get away from your absence, but it's completely verifiable. How about we take your cell phone to the crime scene and see if it connects? No! I'm sorry, but your pathetic and unlikely claim didn't save you. Mr. Reich, are you willing to let us try that? What do you... Nice. Oh, his eyes! I'm not done yet. Actually, it didn't work because the batteries weren't empty. Sorry about that, but that's the real reason why I didn't even try using it. Oh my god, he's going crazy. Really? Why didn't you ask me to use mine then? And why did you even say the things about the auto service area if it was actually because of that? I was lying. I was lying. More lies. At 11:52 when the lights went out, you checked the time on your cell phone. It was perfectly functionable at that time. The batteries went empty after that. No, this is getting sad. If they were really empty exactly after that, you wouldn't have known and still tried at least. Oh dear. Oh my god, his eyes! But I didn't do it! The defense pleads not guilty. Phoenix, this is it. Indeed, there is no possible truth. Oh my god, I can. Rise from the ashes. Look at his big smile. Oh, he's so crazy. I'll admit something. Oh my god, I can see where this is going. The thing is, I had reasons to suspect Miles of this sort of plan to get rid of Larry. And when the lights went out earlier and we found Larry's corpse, I knew it for sure. So I made up that excuse to sneak away and try to confront him as a friend. I searched the area for a while but couldn't find him anywhere. That's why I made up the excuse and took longer than expected. However, I have nothing to do with the actual murder. It's all Edgeworth's doing. Now you're blaming him? That's so weak I could cry. I'm sure you only need one chance then. I suppose this has become the default penalty by now anyway. Well, Mrs. Faye, can you counter this weak claim by Mr. Wright? Well yeah, keys anyone? He had the key on him. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, so let's do it. Let's dance. Keys anyone? She said it. What are you trying to say? Oh, come on, Phoenix. Don't even try to pretend now. It was a sad bluff. Simply put, if this was Edge's plan, he would have gotten in and out of the room. So how did this end up in Larry's pocket again? In this scenario, it is impossible for you to claim that you weren't involved yourself, unless you can explain this locked room mercifully that is. Fine, look, we came up with this plan together, I admit it. Oh my god, look at his eyes. Well, I was merely supposed to intervene in this case of something going wrong. But Edris is the one who actually killed him. I'm just an accomplice. No, he had a different accomplice, Maria. Blaming this on a corpse, huh? To be honest, this is kind of a problem. However, he already admitted that this sort of plan existed. I should be able to finish him off if I can find a convincing reason why Edgeworth isn't the murderer. Mr. Edgeworth didn't know anything to say about the plan. This is why. It's because Maria was their partner in crime. That's just my theory. Let's go for it. This is rather simple. I suppose I have to give my special thanks to Maria for being able to do this now. If we apply this so-called plan, Larry would have been left 1 hour earlier than Edgeworth. Simply thinking about this from Edgeworth's perspective is ridiculous. Larry Butts, who you're intending to murder, is walking through town disrupt as you. In this sort of plan, he'd not only look alarmingly suspicious, as the alibi would have been weaker than weak. I cannot read, but it doesn't stop there. Edgeworth himself left at around 11:40, and we saw him arrive at the church at 11:48, not even 10 minutes later. Not shortly after, his silhouette was visible in the tower for the entire hour. He had absolutely no time to carry out this murder, let alone set everything up. So your alibi is done for, and you and Maria are gone. This is a conspiracy. Everything is against me. Just because I'm Phoenix Wright. He's gonna go crazy. Oh. He's like, okay, this should be good. He's like, oh no, here we go, the breakdown. And the court gallery is like, where is everybody? They're not at their benches. Seems like you finally accepted it. Your plan failed. Mr. Wright, I'm afraid there is no way to talk yourself out of this lie. To think that such a smart oddness would prove ultimately that he's the murderer. A result of unexpected factors even he couldn't have predicted. The lies he had to make it to fix it left their own scars. It was so fitting. On top of a perfect crime, a perfect alibi provided you by Mia, MIA. How did the plan fail? It was supposed to be foolproof. Sure, Edgeworth was a bit risky, but he'd have avoided being seen as long as he wore the disguise. And I had a suitcase with the spares. What was that Berg guy doing there? It was midnight. Why would he be lurking around nearby and go in there? Knocking Edgeworth unconscious because he thought it was a demon? And Edgeworth's wristwatch was wrong? How was I supposed to predict that? That is the problem in your assumption that can completely foolproof plan can be made. There is no limit to the power of chance and the ingenuity of fools. It appears the court has reached a definite conclusion. Now, I've seen comments that say when they beat this game, they can't sleep at night. So let's see what the reason is. Or is it Phoenix's eyes? The remarkable efforts of the defense managed to determine the true mastermind behind this crime. Of course, this actually means that the defendant is innocent. He was just a victim of unfortunate circumstances. Therefore, the court finds... What are you doing? I can't let it end like this. Why do you keep objecting for the information? Also to declare him not guilty this time. There is still one thing we have yet to learn, Your Honor. Even if the clues prove that Phoenix did it, I just can't call it a day, because I need the motive. The most important is why? It's true that we never learned about what his exact motive was. Very well, I would like to feel that ending would be heartless if it ended like this. Not that I'd accept the views of a murderer, but we should listen and try to understand. Mr. Wright, I grant you the right to explain yourself. Hehehe. Oh, Mia, you wish you'd never asked. Be in one for final surprise at the end. No, there's no way the truth could be more painful than letting you go into jail without ever knowing why. If that's what you think, I've always wanted to tell you, but now it's like this. Listen closely. What's he gonna tell me? I'll just start at the very beginning, when I met Larry and Miles for the first time. A class trial unjustly held against me. I had been accused of having stolen lunch money, $38 to be exact. Damn, that's a lot. Without friend, without hope not to be excused, I stood there and cried. That's when someone unexpected stood up for me. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles, the child I supposedly stole the lunch money from, stood up for me. And Larry too. Those who saved me, and we became friends soon after. My reason for becoming a defense attorney was solely to follow Miles Edgeworth's example. I thought just being a little like him would satisfy me. I followed his footsteps and studied law. Edgeworth was taught by his father and had always been ways ahead of me. I wasn't that lucky. During my time as a student, I left what I thought of as the love of my life at that time. Nothing could have been farther away from the truth. Soon after she betrayed me, I still can't believe it, that girl. She seemed so innocent. To think someone I fully trusted like that could just... It's unreal. But that's not all. I actually found out that she was trying to kill me with poison later. That's when I met you for the first time, Mia. Ooh. You reminded me of a lot of Miles back then. You took care of the demon in disguise for a girl for me. Again, in a time of dire circumstances, I had found someone I was able to trust. Those resemblances to my role model might have been the cause of the feelings I developed. I wouldn't have said so back then, but I really, really fell for you. I wanted to meet you again. Oh, and who would have thought I actually managed to do that? Not soon after you became a mentor. I felt so happy back then. It must have been fate. Yes, learning under you was fun. As a lawyer, I became relatively skilled. You became Phoenix Wright, but then things started to crumble? Larry confessed that he was the one who stole the money. Oh dear. Miles told him it's not a big deal when he tried to give him back. It meant a lot to me, and Larry had actually been the cause? Couldn't believe it. Then Larry spent the money he had prepared on lottery tickets instead and won. And guess what? He insisted to share it with Miles. I was the one who had to suffer the most because of that money, but I got absolutely nothing. So all of this is because of money? And Larry, he apparently didn't even realize, but I could live with it. I still had you, Mia. I could no longer look up to Miles, but I had you to turn to. Or so I thought. That's when this guy showed up. Damn. A guy with a mask, out of nowhere it seemed. You'd never told me him about him before that. And before I know it, you married him, this strange masked man out of nowhere. Oh, how I hated and despised him. But it didn't stop with that. No. Guess what happened soon after that? You do, don't you? That fateful day. I was accused of faking evidence. And last thing in this world I worked so hard for. Guess what I found out after that? I only lost my badge because of some insane attorney. Seriously, he only wanted to teach me a lesson. And all of that just because he didn't get that case? That's why I lost everything? I couldn't take it. I was left with absolutely nothing. But I couldn't let it end like that. I realized I had to fight for what I wanted. I could win you back, and if that guy Diego Armando would disappear... You killed Diego? Oh no. Oh god. Oh no. I poisoned the coffee at your house. I forgot the details, but it'd only be deadly if consumed in large quantities in a short time. In short, 3 or more cups within an hour and you'd be fine. But of course, things didn't go as planned. That idiot saw me. I have no idea why he was there, but suddenly I had to explain what I was doing. I told him it was just a harmless prank, just some spice juice mixed up in it. So even after Goro died, he just thought it was a prank gone horribly wrong. He managed to convince him to be quiet about it for my sake, but that wasn't enough for me. Knowing Larry, I knew he'd let it slip eventually, and as predicted, he eventually sent me a letter stating he couldn't bear it much longer. That's why I had to plan this crime for full proof. I killed Larry at my own house. I made sure I'd be able to get rid of all traces. Wow! And of course, things just had to go wrong for me again. Ah ha ha ha. Oh my god. Isn't that great? A life full of failures, a life in which I lost everything. Mia, why couldn't you accept me, even after getting rid of that disturbance? Why was he so important that you just couldn't forget about him? You were the one who killed Diego? He dared to take what rightfully belonged to me. He deserved to die. Nobody deserves death. That was all? He deserved to die because I married him? What the hell is wrong with you? Rejected, of course. I guess this was my final turnabout. Yeah. Oh goodness, poor Diego. Poor Mia. And now look who's laughing. The murderer himself. I wonder if... Oh, his eyes! I wonder if Hazama is going to... He's getting crazier. I can actually handle this if this was the scary part of the... Oh my god. It's happening. Okay, if it gets crazier than this, then I can't... maybe I'll have some disturbing thoughts. Oh, he's shaking. It's a really funny joke, isn't it, Phoenix? Oh my goodness, this is a long... I'm gonna eat some crackers while this is going. Oh no, it's done! Oh my goodness, this is the most epic breakdown ever. Ah! Oh my my god. Oh, that was no longer the Phoenix Wright I knew. It was a demon worse than anything. He was dragged out of the courtroom. I tried my best to control myself. I wanted to curse the murderer of my husband. I was too disturbed by those events. After all, a lawyer may only cry when it's all over. The case was resolved, but the truth would leave a bitter taste aftertaste. Well, that didn't really disturb me, because I like anime like Higurashi and Elfen Lied, so I'm fine. It appears we have now learned the complete truth of the case. Our dark sinister truth, but the truth nonetheless. You're still laughing? I hope you're happy. Bittersweet much? I like it. You said a shut up. Mr. Erdjama, control your words. The trial's over, regardless of what you said. Mr. Berg, please take the stand. And let me get to my donut eating. Mrs. Fay, my sincerest sympathies. Somehow all the Veros are never quite what we expect when we meet them face to face. A well-chosen quote, Mr. Berg. Regardless, it has been proven that you are not guilty party. This is formality, but the court hereby finds the defendant, Mr. Peter Berg, not guilty. About time. Sweet. Oh man. Oh, Phoenix, what happened to you? Oh wait, he just explained it. And with that, the court is adjourned. And then someone goes, hold it. Nah, that wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. Whew. October 1, 4:15. Well, we did it. But it's not a happy ending. It's not. It's kind of... Oh man. Where's the confetti? Should I throw confetti for her? Ah. He was such a good brat back then. It makes no sense at all. It's alright now, Mia. You were strong in there. You acted strong to bring the case to an end. And you were army strong. You did it. It's alright to cry now. Just because I said so. It's one of my rules to follow what my rules. Ah, Diego, Phoenix. Why did this alternate universe of Ace Attorney have to be so screwed up? No, I'm just kidding. True ending! Oh my god, that was such an awesome case. I want to see this case featured, Black Rune. It was really good. Really, really fun. And I got lucky at parts because I kept guessing that Phoenix was the killer. Well, 40 days he was tempted by the devil. And then it ended up being that Phoenix was the killer. He ate nothing during those days, and at the end of them, he was hungry. In the end, I was right. That man was definitely possessed by the devil. Peter Berg. Your name is Wesley Stickler. I felt this out of place to think that something like this happened here. Well, beta testing bad player. Really? Is that so? Yep, he was the one. And then that attorney yelled, hold it, and had me elaborate about her companion. I want to see more of Luna in another case. She is so awesome. Apparently someone tried to frame us with the help of a typed letter and dry ice. Well, can I go back to my epic mafia play now? Well, I managed to convince them that all of that was a lie, I think. What a absurd plan. I look at me, would have seen through something like that in an instant, because I am still a detective. Now dear, even your conclusions are off sometimes. Allow me to no, don't elaborate in the credits, cause you're talking slow enough. Wow, that's the worst topic my dear Luna could have chosen. At least the affairs turned to be one giant lie. Please don't elaborate right now. It was a lie, right? Oh, don't leave us wondering. Special thanks to all the noble detectives out there. And of course, the king of trolls. And the curtain lowered right before the best part was to respect the tragic attorney. I mean, come on. I like the emotional parts, if for all the wrong reasons. I'm disappointed. This is the best author managed. This is the best the author managed to come up with. The only reason this was somewhat worth my while was my presence. Well, he put you here, so come up with your own damn characters. A troll tweet at the end, huh? You know, I think I'm going to make my own solution. Stay tuned for part 4. Oh, the troll ending. That's going to be something. Or not. Just kidding. He's not. Fine, I'll list some bad player and those 3. Huh, I mixed them up too? But whatever. It's not like I care too much anyway. Jeez, go break a vase. Wait, that means both owners of this mansion here are dead now. So it belongs to you? Or does it? And I'm the only person here right now? Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh goodness, perfect. Uh-oh. That can't be good. Some of you came pretty close, too close. Lime. What? No offense, never mind, I'm not gonna say anything. Congratulations. The gift base was that one VS screen is from ED. Hazama and his sprites are from Arc System Works. BlazBlue, great game. Okay, now I'm really out of people I could possibly put in the credits. Time to lower the curtains. Awesome case, Blackroon, I loved it. See you next time in my next Let's Play of Turnabout Pairs by Blackroon and Bad Player. The end.